What I'm really excited about seeing are the two brothers together on lead card, 4-round Elite Series Plus event. Now they really get to put bragging rights on the table.
Between the Robinson brothers, who's having the best season, I think it comes down to a tie. Ezra started off the season pretty good, and then now Isaac's kind of catching up. Once you win a world title, I'm guessing you don't care about anything else. You're trying to defend your world championship, and I think he's trending at just the right time.
What's really surprised me so far about Kyle's game so far this season is the development and the trust that he has with his forehand. He's always had a good forehand, but this season it's really turned into a very accurate weapon that he relies on heavily.
I see tomorrow playing out like this. Gannon winning by 8. That's how I see it.
I'm kind of with Paul. I think that he extends his lead tomorrow. His worst days, he still scraps out a 1040. And with a 5-shot lead, that's enough. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Championship Sunday, final round front nine coverage of the MPO lead card here at the 2024 Ledgestone Open presented by Grip Equipment. We are BigBarri commentary, got Paul Ulibarri, Jeremy Koling calling the action today. And like we said in the intro, we got a Gannon Buhr lead, and that does not bode well for the field.
No, it does not. He's playing well. Elite Series Plus. He's looking at breaking all kinds of money records this season, building a crazy lead in the points race, and he's doing it in every single way you can possibly do it.
His resume is impressive, and we don't need to harp too much on it because apparently we do that too much. But he is obviously a very, very gifted player, and he is really getting hot at the right time. You're talking about Isaac Robinson trying to go back for a title defense, trending at the right time. Well, I mean, Gannon Buhr's been trending the whole season. So these guys are just trying to catch up. And I mean, there is a chance today that Kyle Klein and Ezra Robinson, and maybe even Isaac, could bid for this championship. But it's going to have to be some sort of Ricky Wysocki 2019 final round at Worlds performance, where he shot course record and almost tracked it down. Or Gannon's going to have to go backwards, and we haven't seen him do that very often lately. So there's still 18 holes to be played, and there are 2-stroke swings on every single hole in this course.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Hole 1 could happen. I don't really see it happening with this level of play right now, but it could. We see people on their upshot kind of trickling into that water over there. I think that's the real trouble on this hole, is leaving yourself short, maybe leaving yourself a tough putt and getting a roll away or something.
First off the tee box in the lead at 29 under par, from Urbandale, Iowa, Gannon Buhr.
I just think this tee shot has become very, very easy.
Yeah,
for the top 20 in the world.
Well, look at the leaves. It's not blowing. I mean, it's a calm day. This is a day where scores are going to be low.
Yep.
I thought about, if we're going to do A placements and B placements, how cool would it be to have a 370-foot basket placement on the ridge as a par 3?
Next up, and second place at
that would be a tough tee shot to start the round.
From Spring Lake, Michigan, Kyle Klein.
It could even be up 430 feet or something, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. I also think they have room to move this back. Heavy on the turn, but all these have been flexing out pretty good. Yeah, no problem at all.
I think it'd be interesting if you wanted to bring it back. I like the basket placement where it is, but what if the tee pad were brought back on the other side of the cart path, almost where the announcer table is?
Yeah.
That would make this tee shot really tough.
Ezra Robinson.
What if you had to land in the water, but you had to flip?
Now we're talking. Good tee shots from Gannon and Kyle. Again, not too challenging right now in the calm wind, especially for these guys who are up here on lead card. Ezra also doing exactly what he needs to do, getting over the berm and down the bottom of the hill.
Rounding out the card at 22 under par, also from Lawrenceville, Georgia, the reigning world champion, Isaac Robinson.
What are the odds of that? Two guys from Lawrenceville, Georgia on the same card with the same last name.
Not great. You know the last time that there was a lead card with the brothers on it
Tell
at
me.
a Elite Series tournament?
Tell me.
I think, and I might be wrong, I don't know the tournament, but it was the Rico brothers.
Oh, so this is the first time that Ezra and Isaac have been on lead card together
I think
at an Elite Series event?
Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty special.
Yep.
It makes sense. Not easy thing to do.
No.
Old school disc golf fans might remember Bomba Rico. Of course, most of you definitely know Steve Rico.
Pulls it a little bit, and this is the only trouble you can have on this hole. You leave yourself a 30-footer, and now it gets dicey.
Not the approach Ezra was looking for.
Luckily, he went deep of the basket, so he's not looking directly at the edge.
Again, this appears to be a bit long as well. Okay. It's just inside the circle where he has been spectacular this week, but still not nearly as close as you'd like to be.
Nobody wants to have that putt to start their round.
This looks more like it.
As good as they make them.
Ezra. Off the top. And stay safe, close to water's edge.
Do you still get a meter off the rocks?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it this year, but I imagine so. Oh, goodness. So Gannon missing the putt inside the circle on one. And look at that. Kyle Klein immediately off the start is going to get a stroke, as will Isaac. Yeah, in years past, we have been given a meter relief from the rocks.
I think you might be asking about that right
Yeah,
now.
that's a good question. It's certainly not the lie that you'd like to have with the uneven footing. Maybe he's just walking hole two and just forgetting tapping out. I don't know.
Checking the phone.
Okay, it looks like he's getting a meter from the rocks.
It's a nice little trick there.
And that's a good par save there.
Yes.
Certainly could be a nervy putt. It's going to be an interesting thing keeping an eye on Ezra today. We've seen him on league card final round with a couple opportunities to win tournaments this year, and he has not brought his best stuff to the final round. Hoping to see that today because he is obviously a player with great potential, ton of power and accuracy, and my goodness, can he make it rain from deep?
Saw Gannon previous round catch some of this high stuff and almost go out of bounds left or right. See if he can make that correction. Kind of a really tough tee shot to land in a perfect spot. No matter where you land, you're going to have a very dicey shot coming into this green out of bounds on the left the whole entire way. So small green, tough tee shot, one of the harder birdies to get on the course.
Playing over par, plus 1.7 to par average. And this is with the cut. Oh, Kyle, this is heavy hyzer. Watch out in the gazebo. That is going to be out of bounds early. So potentially you can kiss that stroke that you just got from Gannon goodbye.
Slow down, and this is good. Oh, yeah.
That's what Isaac wants right there.
Hard shot coming from there without having the sidearm going into the green.
A backhand player on hole two. It's a very tall task to get the birdie.
He has a lot of power, Jerm. I don't know if this is gonna Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That looked. He's got to that point
That
where
was
it
such
looks
a good throw.
It looks smooth, but it's going.
Oh
you
my
know?
goodness. It's hard. You know, that's not a flippy disc that Gannon's throwing there. It's not easy to throw an overstable disc as Ezra kicks off early tree left and have it moving to the right with Heiser and still get to that water line. That says a lot about how much speed that Gannon's got behind that forehand.
Yeah, it's getting to be ridiculous, I think. Look at this sidearm from Ezra. We don't see that often, and that's a dime right there.
Yeah, good angle control, good accuracy. It's exactly what you're looking for.
Oh, no.
Whoa, this is very aggressive. Okay, not going for the pin, just he found the biggest gap, goes for it. That's a good shot. That's a really good shot. That's course management. Gives himself actually outside look for the long jump putt to save the par, but more than likely bogey coming for Kyle.
Yeah, and he's going with this wide route. Throw it in the pine at worst. Oh, throw it in the water at worst.
Jeez.
If you got the distance, you throw it in that pine and then try to make a
Did that kick a tree? I wasn't able to see.
I think he just aired it. I think that was very overstable and missed the angle.
Gannon after the OB drive. Certainly close enough to save the par, but his approach shot comes up short. And Ezra after the early tree kick is looking like he's going to walk away with a par, but the card in general struggling here in hole 2. This for par for Kyle.
He likes this Heiser. If he misses the whole thing, he puts a little ante on there to
be safe. Yeah.
You lose a little accuracy when you don't put the angle that you typically putt on up in the air.
All right, Gannon to save his par. And that is going to be a bogey for Gannon.
This was well short. But that doesn't matter. His putt's been looking good this half of the season.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest change for Isaac so far. Really started off struggling on the greens, but it looks a lot more like last year's form. Oh my goodness. Well,
got a ball game.
All of a sudden, we have a ball game, and Kyle's going to take a bogey on hole 2 and grab a stroke on the leader. And just like that, it's still a 3-stroke ball game, but I mean, that is manageable.
Maybe. We don't know what people are doing out on the course quite yet.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's other people in contention, as we're going to show right here. And
okay, 3.
It's still the guys on top. Yeah. But as you see Macbeth doing his little McBeast thing, he's out there doing some good stuff right now. So certainly something to watch out for if Gannon's struggles continue. But 2 over through 2 is a genuine nightmare start.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Hole 3, throw it down the middle. Whatever you got. Little flex play on the left. I don't know if these guys are going to move away from that. We saw it kind of backfire in the last round. Isaac's been throwing right down the gut. Does it again. Beats it all.
Yeah.
That is. Oh, man, that's good.
Crispy.
Talk about crisp.
Yeah, that's even better. It looked like Isaac maybe leaked right side of some of those last trees. Ezra's shot didn't leak through anything. That's just straight pipe.
God, how fun is that? Get to play on lead card with your brother.
I wonder if they ever verbally talked about this as they were AMs growing up in the game one day.
Similar to last round, Heavy on the hyzer, but I
Yeah.
like that play. Stay away from all the stuff on the right. Give yourself a look up the hill. He's going to need a lot of looks. Just keep giving yourself looks. Keep applying pressure. Here's Gannon.
And
Does this get through
come on.
everything?
Oh, come on.
No. Remember what I said
Yeah,
yesterday?
yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking as I was flying through each and every one of those pines. Pretty fortunate result there for Gannon.
Gotta make this. Oh, and that is so good.
That was really nice. So nice the basket wanted to think about maybe not allowing it to stay in the basket for a second there, but Kyle just placed that just in the heart.
That might have been the best putt I've seen him make. Perfect flight, right in the middle, soft, too soft for the basket to hold. Like that's so good.
A good bounce back birdie for both Kyle and Gannon.
Nice for charity too.
We dig that around here. Three shots on Kyle, 4 on the brothers, and I believe Macbeth is now 9 down through 12, is I think what I saw there as I was scrolling down. Anyhow, got a text message from Dana Vici earlier today, giving me a little history about this hole design, and he said that this was used back in the 2009 Final 9 for a tournament that they held way back then, and this is when this hole was designed. And he is the course designer for this particular hole.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dana Vici's a big friend of disc golf community. Great player in his own right as well.
Yeah. Had a nice little Masters run this year, too. Saw him on some coverage out there. Haven't seen that. Go check out the old dudes doing their thing.
There's going to be a couple more old dudes next year as well.
That's right. That's a good shot. Leaking to the left. That's what you're going to see. When these guys throw it good, they're just going to leak it into that left side rough.
Give me that tee shot. That is so good,
Late
Ezra.
flip.
Oh, buddy, that is so good. Wow.
That is a flippy putter. I think it's the same one he just threw, though. Throw it a little harder and it bends. It's a nice one to have.
Fantastic shot.
Here's the play that I typically figure these guys would throw.
That the reason that play isn't as pure is because there's like a row of trees that it's got to be so finicky as you get to the bottom of that hill. But I love it for giving yourself a guaranteed 3.
Well, look at this. If that misses that gets about pin high into the rough.
35, 40 feet, yeah. But Ezra's play, it's a more technical shot, but when you execute it, you see the results right there.
Oh. Well, that's where he would have ended up anyway, so.
A lot of roots on this little green here.
Kyle.
I am surprised.
I'm not. With his putt, that angle, getting it on Anheuser isn't his thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Just opportunity to potentially close the gap a little bit more.
Oh, there you go. Yes, sir. If that tree's not in the way for Kyle, he runs it.
Yeah.
No?
I'm with you there. Looks like we're probably going to get treated to a couple of brother birdies on the challenging hole 4.
You know, the only thing that I ever worried about, because I've played a few lead cards with my big bro, as we watch Gannon.
That's a good save.
Good thing
With
he's
the
100
bush.
feet tall. Oh, my gosh.
No
his putt's
kidding.
over it. But I remember when my brother would play bad, I would find myself rooting for him, you know, and being like, oh, my gosh, I feel so bad for him.
Right. It's called empathy.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to have that when I play against competitors. So I wonder if they go through that a little bit. See a bad shot from your bro.
I struggle with that even when I don't have a brother, and I feel like every person I play with becomes a brother in a way in that respect. I see somebody hit a early tree or miss a short putt, like I feel for him.
Oh, for sure, but this is a deeper.
It's a deeper thing.
Sadness.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, sure. Gannon and Kyle taking pars, and the Robinson brothers taking some nice birdies there on 4. Heading to the baseball field hole, the big hyzer, 476 feet from tee to basket. But these guys are probably going to try to bite off about 450 and land somewhere in the right side edge of C1 is probably the biggest collection zone for the tee shots in this hole. Really important to get your drive in bounds. Guaranteed bogey, possible double bogey if you do not get in bounds. That is a very aggressive line.
I kind of like it because he got the ante on it, but does it have the power? No.
Oh, man.
Would have been parked.
But going straight for the pin, I appreciate the aggression there. This has certainly got the power to get over.
Best one we've seen so far, I think.
Yeah, closest we've seen this weekend. Kyle likes the low Ezra line. Gets over the fence quick. And there's that collection zone about 30 to 45 feet away.
Watch this form. Slow. Oh, this one had it on it, so now I'm kind of worried. How stable is this thing? Very. Kind of got after that one.
He, as soon as you put a spotlight on it, he actually makes a move on the disc. But
imagine throwing that disc. That thing's got to be the most stable disc of all time.
It's probably a hefty Hefterson.
Here we go. Really needs the up and down here, and he's going to get it.
Yeah.
Well thrown.
Good management from the drop zone, 350 feet away.
Kyle hasn't been making a lot of these this week. Really need to start cashing these ones. And that is not close.
Not good. But that speaks to his driving accuracy in that same regard, that he's sitting here in second place.
Circle's edge for Gannon. Give me that.
Don't miss too many of those. After the
Even par through 5. Not the best start.
All right, good birdie.
Kyle letting him get away with it, though. Ezra, not so much. 3 under.
Even under through 5 is not good for a player of these guys' caliber, but it's really good if you consider that he was 2 over through 2. Because there's not many birdie chances really on 4 and 5. You gotta really make them work. So getting 3, getting 5, back on track. Put it that way. Now Ezra has leaped Kyle Klein, and he has moved into second place. And look at Jake Hebenheimer, 10 under through 14 holes. He is playing a hot round. Good for the man we call Hebes.
Yeah, this hole right here, big hyzer out to the right, getting position, and then you got to take it out over the out of bounds for 90% of the flight, which is kind of terrifying. These lead cards have done really well of managing not getting it too far left, but it's cost a couple of them by leaving it out too far right.
Yeah.
And so
Second round, I believe.
yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen more people go be left than right. They're just playing super aggressive. Let's see if they hold true to that in this round.
It's a pretty conservative drive for Ezra. Keeps it low, but that is moving pretty far left. That'll set up probably approaching the 480 to 500 range.
There's your slow move.
And this is the placement and the distance that you're looking for if you're trying to get aggressive on your second, which I think we all know Gannon will be getting aggressive.
Congratulations to Scotty Scheffler, who brought home the gold medal today for the USA. But I bring that up to say I think that Gannon reminds me of him more than anybody else in sports right now. Just super smooth, calm, cool, and he's just absolutely destroying the golf world right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Scheffler looked like he was out of it sometime during the second round. It kind of looked like there was no chance for him, and then just popped off a 62 final round and took it down. All 4 players inbounds, and Ezra is attacking. This kind of looks like a moderately conservative attack. Yeah, that's just getting it in bounds.
I like that play. He left it a little too far back there. He was gonna get to the pin. He's gonna have to put some flex on it, and that's just too dangerous.
It's frightening.
It looks like it's heavy on the hyzer.
And I think you may have foreshadowed. Oh, he is gonna stay safe. So close, but that is, you're okay with that mistake because you get the distance.
This one's just hyzering. Get down, get down, get down. Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Look the same.
And there are places where the high grass is right on the line. There's some places where there's no high grass there, and Kyle just happened to find one of the bare spots.
Yeah, this is what I feel like a dime.
Yep, nice one. 36 feet or so left for the birdie look for Gannon.
Just a perfect spot to land, really. Conservative but aggressive. Gives yourself a look. I was never worried about that shot.
Mm-hmm. Remember when our lead group yesterday star-framed this hole?
Yeah, no.
And hole 14. I mean, those 2 holes, incredible. Good bid there from Ezra.
Yeah, you're allowed to lift up. Pull it up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like that kind of thing, and then that's the straight line. Yeah, you're way safe. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, so the line is just there to represent a straight line between the 2 stakes. The actual official line are the stakes. So Kyle, benefiting from knowing the rules, straightens the string, doesn't take the penalty stroke, and misses his birdie bid. As does Gannon.
Shows headwind with that little poof of powder. Thinking it was going to hold up a little bit higher. Drops on him.
So we go from a star frame round 3 to a star par round 4. And that is a score that you're just fine with as a card. In general, no one's walking away here with a big number. Deal. Gannon loves holes like that right now. Check in here with Calvin, who is refusing to take any pars this round. That streak will continue here on 7. And Chris Dickerson, who's having a great week as well. Gonna put that in the bullseye.
Pretty.
A couple players come to mind when I think of people who stay true to their routine regardless of the length of the putt. Cale Leviska, Chris Dickerson. They really make each putt count.
Yeah. You watch him go through the full routine, and then Calvin comes in with his bag on.
It's kind of a nice little duality there.
Ooh, who's a better putter, Chris or Calvin? Tough one.
That is a tough one. I don't have an answer to that.
I know, it's kind of even.
That's a good one. You know, you had your top 4 picks in who would win the putting team of the century, and it wasn't even fair because you didn't give me a snake draft. But then I was thinking about it today, and you didn't pick Corey Ellis. You didn't pick Chandler Fry, who I love his putt.
Love his putt.
And there's a lot of other people.
How about these 2 brothers?
Bazinga. I'll take Ezra and Isaac.
Yeah.
Boom, that's my 4 guys. We're going against yours.
That's a pretty good crew. I like Matt Bell's putt a lot. I think we mentioned him yesterday.
Gannon out wide right, outside the circle.
Oh, yeah. Gonna get by those trees or right at those trees. Oh, hello. Yeah. Oh, well.
That was unnecessarily dramatic. But Kyle will get a meter from that rope and have a very short birdie look.
Look at that lag.
I mean, I've never been surprised less in my life than Isaac putting it in the bullseye again on this hole.
Yep. I like your pick yesterday. Mm-hmm. But then again, there's my guy.
Yeah, just shanking drives back-to-back rounds on this hole, walking away with the birdie.
Yeah. Oh, there's a good putt.
Yeah, it's quite good. Still, actually, is shorter than I thought at first. But in for the birdie, and we're going to be giving away a bit more money here. Star frame. That's another donation to Edge.
I would love a statistic. Last guy on the card on Jomez. Who's the guy who's ruined the most star frames?
Oh, jeez.
I would like to know. That would be hilarious.
Just on Jomez?
Yeah. Like
Who's the guy who owes charity the most?
Yeah. You know?
I mean, we've got some dedicated fact checkers and
Please find that
statisticians on the Jomez.
That's a tough one.
That's a lot of work, though.
That's hilarious.
That's a lot of work to do there.
That would be fun to just tell them.
Oh my goodness! All right, get after it, guys. Hole 8, par 4, 793 feet. Yeah, you got the tunnel shot, which usually is the shot that we see everyone go for, but this year, a lot of players been digging that big high hyzer. Gannon's been one of them. This guy does not like big high hyzers. He likes the gut shot.
He needs to get through that.
Oh no! I was certain that thing was going to break to the right and just be absolutely annihilated, but doesn't, and finds OB.
I am so surprised that more people aren't taking this route. It's actually kind of mind-boggling to me. They all have the distance.
I think Gannon caught some limbs. And he did. He caught high limbs and falls OB.
Well, maybe that's why.
I mean, it is an absolute rip to get over that. But most of the people on the field, or at least most of the people at the top, have that kind of power.
This is really good. But I'm saying go wider.
Yeah, no. If you're doing that route, you're not trying to get distance anyways. You're just trying to get over.
Yeah, exactly. If you go all the way over by those cars, anything in the grass is in bounds. Mm-hmm. So the wide hyzer, I feel like, will always come back in.
Oh, Isaac, this is
Needs luck.
way early.
Need some luck.
And that should be OB. Yes, three players. Wow. 3 of them going to the drop zone. I would have lost the bet there.
I already did. I mean, I said it right out of Gannon's hand. Looked good to me. And then caught the first one, probably pushed him into another.
And this is over 500 feet to a pin that is got OB on both sides. And Ezra just, it's way too low out of the hand. Hated it the instant it came out of his hand. And it's actually going to require a really touchy approach to save the bogey. I heard tale that Chandler Kramer saved par from the drop zone here. And that to me is wild because the shot, even as a forehander, I want to force forehands anywhere I can. 500 feet for forehand, that is a no-go. And it's not a forehand line, but apparently he put it like really close to the pin. So
I'm worried about Gannon here.
Shout out to him.
Gannon turns it over way more than even this one.
Yes, that's a nice shot for Isaac. But yeah, you're right. And if Gannon doesn't have a look, he's going to have to get creative.
I think it's once you get in there, there's like jump putt lines. Oh, this is really bad.
Kyle had an open door, and with that limb kick, it's going to go OB in the right side bog, I think. It is. Oh, no. Kyle had a huge opportunity to grab some strokes and just literally just throws it away.
Smart shot. Good shot. Holding it on the right side of this pin. Anything that leaks 15 foot left is going to go.
It's goner.
Yeah, and he does have this little window. I know these things because, fortunately, I've been over here before.
Sure. If you've played this tournament before, you've been over there before. Everyone's been over there. Gannon able to get close enough to save the bogey.
Gonna gain a shot on Kyle. Oh, no, he went OB.
Yes.
I'm all over the place here.
More than likely, they'll be walking away with the same score in the hole, but Kyle still has a chance to get aggressive.
He will not.
No. It's a bad place to get aggressive. So we are going to have quad bogeys on hole 8. And once again, Gannon has no problem taking a bogey as long as everyone else on the card is taking a bogey right now. I mean,
Yes.
They're not doing anything to catch up to him. He's just fine with it. Enough strokes on chase card and third card that he really doesn't have to worry too much about them at the current moment.
Ebenheimer and Macbeth, 11 under. Macbeth through 15, though. He's got a chance to go low.
And Ebenheimer through 17. So those guys are putting some great numbers on the board right now, but obviously not in contention. Hole 9, back to the A placement.
Island, yeah. Really tight around this bad boy. I've heard rumors of an ace that spit out and somebody took an 11. Just a rumor. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I saw it firsthand with my own hand.
Yeah. Is that true? Dead center?
Dead right through the chains. Spit out, rolled to the OB line. It was the stroke and distance days, so you had to re-tee, and that was a nightmare that will be etched into my memory for as long as I shall live. I went from 1-1 to a couple of ones stacked on top of each other.
A dead center spit out for an 11.
Ezra earning a follow flight with an absolute beaut. Great trust.
To me, this pin position is harder than the other one, and I'm guessing these guys are like gonna do better.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Which is so weird to me. Did you get the B placement at all this week?
I got each placement once and parred each placement once.
Okay.
So
That's a pretty good stat line.
yeah, I thought 50. I mean, you'd like to get this one 4 for 4, but you'd like to get all the holes.
Well, this one can turn into a bogey faster than anything.
It could turn into 11 even when you ace it too. So
Yeah,
you
that's
you
true.
never know what can happen.
Yeah, you got about 5 more years to get back to even on this. At that pace. Isaac gets it out wide. That's what you want to see here. Now it's just how's his distance. And it's good.
Yeah. 4 players in the circle, putting for birdie.
Kyle's going to be up quick. This is shorter than I thought it was. Looked a little farther. And
Yeah, good delivery.
makes it easy. All right.
So it's going to be 2 under on the front. Not the best, but also not the worst score.
Don't be that guy, Isaac.
Yeah. Okay. That's why you looked at me. Okay. Making it a little bit easier on our statisticians out there, potentially trying to dig up dirt. And another star frame, another donation. That's going to wrap up the front 9, and they haven't really done much. Ezra, however, has done something. He has clawed himself to a 3-stroke deficit going into 9 more holes, and that can go away quickly. If Gannon's not careful, we got ourselves a battle.
Absolutely. I mean, you get it to 1 coming down the stretch. That's a scary situation going into 17 and 18.
Sure. Well, 9 more holes. Excuse me. 9 more holes here to go at the Ledgestone Open, presented by Grip Equipment. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the other side of whatever break you want to take before the back nine starts. Okay, that was awkward. Goodbye.